And welcome. This is Sid FM, and it's time for the program we call Sid Talent Podcast. And today we're lucky because we're having one of Mzuzu's fast rising and upcoming graphic designer. And this is none other than Alimbiki Designs. So I want you to stick around as I'll be having a chat with Alimbiki Designs to get to know more about his art, the challenges that he's facing, as well as how you can help uplift his art. Remember, the Sid Talent Podcast is brought to you by Sid Short Stories. So these are the official sponsors for this program. And it was last year, 2022, when they introduced this program to help uplift and support local talent. So yeah, stick around as I'll be having a chat with Alimbiki Designs. First and foremost, can you tell us your full name? What is your full name?
Okay, thank you. My real name and full name is Chipiliro James Matiki.
Alright, so Chipiliro James, I do know you quite well. I know who you are and I know what you do. But then there's someone who is listening to this podcast right now who doesn't know who Alimbiki is. They don't know what Chipiliro does. They don't know who you are. So I want you to quickly explain to us what you do, and then
Yeah, that's really true. Okay, to those who don't know me, I can say that I'm a graphic designer. I'm much into graphic designing.
Alright, so that's Chipiliro James Matiki. He's explaining to us that he is a graphic designer. That's what he does. Chipiliro James, if I remember correctly, a couple of years ago when I knew you as a graphic designer, you were known as Chip J Creations. And even the Facebook page that I follow, the Facebook handle, you were called Chip J Creativity. But then recently, I've been seeing posts about Alimbiki Designs. I've been seeing a change in the name. Can you quickly take us through the process of changing the name? What happened? What led to rebranding into Alimbiki Designs from Chip J Creations?
Indeed, I was known as Chip J Creations. Why is it Alimbiki now? First of all, maybe you can agree with me that any name of an institution, company, or an organization, or even an individual has its own meaning to say it says much about that individual, institution, or company. So as for me, I realized that for me to come up with artworks, I need to spend more time doing it. I need much focus. I need to think. I need to be so creative. So you can see that all these kind of things don't just happen on its own, but it happens to those who have a hard-working spirit. So the word hard-working in our local language is kulimbikira. The word Alimbik was derived from the word kulimbikira. So here I am, Alimbik.
There's this thing that happens quite often when someone is doing well in the art industry. Perhaps he's a musician, an upcoming musician, or he's doing something artistic. There's this thing, there's always a challenge to balance the art and education. You have people who maybe because they just realized that they are talented, and then they quit school just to focus on the art. What's your take on this? What do you think? Is it really important to mix these two? Is it important to mix art and education? Or if someone is an artist, they should just concentrate on the art and then leave education aside? What's your take on this?
Yeah, okay, I can say that education is really important because it helps someone to have a better understanding of things. For instance, in the software that I use when I'm doing my designs, there are some of the parts which need mathematics, like measurements. And also in education, it helps artists to communicate well with clients. So I can say that education is really important. So it's a great thing for an artist to go a little bit far with education.
Alright, Alimbiki, there are many graphic designers in Mzuzu and beyond, but then why should someone work with Alimbiki Designs? Why should they choose Alimbiki Designs?
Yeah, indeed, there's a reason why people should go for Alimbiki. Firstly, I always make sure that I have fulfilled the needs of my customers, and I've got my own style, meaning my designs, you cannot compare it with anybody else, and I make sure that I produce good designs, but at affordable prices. So those are the main reasons why people can go for Olympic.
All right. So to those listening to us right now, do you have any last words for them? What can you say to them? Maybe they're graphic designers or just anyone else who is listening to the Seed Talent podcast right now. What closing remarks can you give?
Okay, thank you. I think maybe I should start with my fellow graphic designers. My fellow graphic designers, remember that we are not just graphic designers, but creative problem solvers. So let's continue to design with purpose and passion. To those people who are not graphic designers, I can say that most of the people in this world who are successful, it's not always that they're the ones who are strong or the ones who are geniuses, but they're the people who believe in themselves. So you too, you've got to believe in yourself that you can do everything and be successful on that kind of thing. And lastly, I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to be here today and share my thoughts on graphic designing. So thank you for your support and encouragement.
And again, that's how we've wrapped up the Seed Talent podcast coming in from Sid-Studios. We've had a good chat with Chipiliro James Matiki. He's taken us through his journey in the graphic industry, and we've talked about quite a number of issues in there. His take on art and education. We've looked at quite a number of things. And yeah, this is how we wrap up the interview. But before we end, special thanks to the Sid-Studios team. They've also played a part in the mixing and all that. So thank you so much, Sid-Studios team. We would also like to thank our sponsors, Sid Short Stories Malawi. These are the sponsors, the official sponsors for the show. They're the guys who host us to be having these talent podcasts. So thank you so much, Sid Short Stories. And also in the end, big shout out to Shipij Creations for making it on the program. Those listening to the podcast right now, they have a supportive spirit and they will support your art. I truly believe in that. My name is Sid Morris, and until next time, I say goodbye.